here's 15 cars that you're going to find almost impossible to negotiate on.
All right, folks, let's jump right in. Toyota has 6 vehicles that have made the cut as the hardest to negotiate in 2025. The Toyota GR Corolla, Dad. This is one of those vehicles that you are going to find sparingly on dealer lots, and we are struggling mightily to get any discounts off of MSRP. High demand, low supply. No wonder the GR Corolla is on the list here of least negotiable cars.
And that's that. I would think they'd want to give that thing away, but that's just me.
Another Toyota sports car, the Toyota Supra, makes the list, Dad. There are only 211 of these for sale nationwide as of March 2025. And the really tricky thing here is going to be manual transmission versions of this vehicle. That's where you're going to struggle to get anything off of MSRP. Very difficult to negotiate on a manual transmission Toyota Supra.
Maybe that's what we should buy for you to learn how to drive a manual.
Now, it's worth mentioning here, folks, not only are we considering market days supply and the inventory situation, we also employ a team of car buying professionals back at CarEdge.com. We have our negotiation expert service and our car buying service. And so we interviewed our team to get their input on the 15 most difficult vehicles to negotiate in 2025. Let's keep going here with the Toyota theme. Like I said, 6 of the 15 vehicles are Toyotas. The Land Cruiser, Dad, all trims of the Land Cruiser are incredibly difficult to negotiate off of MSRP. There are about 9,000 units available in a 64-day supply right now. Just really difficult to convince a Toyota dealer to discount one of these below MSRP.
When we say there's 9,000 units available, that includes units that are in transit, and in many cases, those in-transit units are already spoken for.
Now, the Tundra is a vehicle that Toyota has struggled to sell so far this year. However, the TRD Pro trim, it's moving off of dealer lots fast. The off-road ready TRD Pro is a very challenging vehicle to get under MSRP, and another one of those Toyotas that is most difficult to negotiate off of MSRP right now. The Toyota RAV4 Prime, Dad. The Prime Toyotas have been incredibly challenging to get a discount on for a long time now. Specifically, the SE and XSE trims right now are really difficult to get below MSRP. Not too much of a surprise here.
Absolutely. And it's beginning to sound to me like if you're looking for a deal, you're really not looking for a Toyota.
Again, 6 of the 15 are Toyotas. However, some Toyotas and specific trims, like the Tundra, for example, there are trim variants of the Tundra where you can get a good deal today. However, that TRD Pro is going to be the challenge. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid wraps up the list of Toyotas that are very challenging to get at or below MSRP. The Platinum and Limited trims are most challenging for this particular vehicle. There's just a month and a half days supply of inventory, about 45 days. That is so far below the industry average right now. It's about half of what the industry average is. So Toyota, again, demonstrating here just how limited their supply is, creating a huge opportunity for dealers to try and add markups and things like that. All right, so Toyota had 6 of the 15 most difficult to negotiate vehicles in the United States right now. Don't be too surprised that there are 3 Lexi on the list. That's correct, Dad. 3 Lexus vehicles are the most difficult to negotiate in the United States right now. First and foremost, the Lexus RX 500H. This is the hybrid. All trim variants of this vehicle are insanely difficult to negotiate off of MSRP at this moment. Not a shocker after we ran through the Toyota list, is it?
Well, Toyota, Lexus, it's all the same. They are producing the highest quality hybrid automobiles out there that people want. And if that's what people want and there's a shortage of them, people are going to pay.
Pops, there's a major issue out there. There are all sorts of people brokering your data, and anyone can buy it. Whether it's your social security number, your home address, what school you went to, all that information and so much more is being sold online to marketers and scammers. That's bad.
Absolutely. And the way to prevent that is to use Delete Me. Delete Me will help take your information away from all those brokers so that they can't sell it to the scammers out there.
Look at you, Pops. You sound like a Delete Me user yourself. I know I use Delete Me, and hundreds of my records have been scraped off of the internet, getting that information out of the hands of those scammers, marketers, and everything in between. We have a special offer for our CarEdge community, 20% off when you sign up with the link joindeleteme.com/CarEdge. Top of the description will be that link, Dad. We both use Delete Me. We enjoy using Delete Me. I like the monthly reports that show me all my data being removed from the internet. We thank Delete Me for sponsoring our channel.
One day you might not even see me here.
Then we've got the Lexus NX 450h Hybrid. Both the F-Sport and premium trims of this vehicle are very challenging to negotiate with dealers on. Again, it's just because there's not enough supply and there's too much demand. And last but not least, at the Lexus GX 550. This vehicle, man, all trim variants of this vehicle, dealers left and right asking over MSRP. In some cases, Dad, dealers selling them as used vehicles above MSRP to try and skirt around some of the rules that the manufacturer has about selling above MSRP. You can, to be very clear, get GXs at MSRP. We did an interview with a Lexus dealer that sells Lexus GXs at MSRP. We'll run that clip in just a second here as well. However, rightfully so, on this list of the top 15 most challenging vehicles to negotiate right now.
Oh my goodness. So 9 out of the top 15 are either Toyota and Lexus. Unbelievable.
There are dealers in our market today that still charge over a sticker for it. We made a decision at the beginning not to do that because people's memories are very long when they feel they've been. Now, there's a need. I have to have it, but you're taking advantage of me. I won't forget that. And so we made a decision not to do that. We sell them at MSRP.
Land Rover gets in on the fun as well, Dad. 3 vehicles from Land Rover make the top 15 list as well. The Land Rover Defender 130, all trim variants of this vehicle are on the least negotiable list. And again, it's just because there's insanely high demand, really, really, really low supply, and very little incentives, if any, negotiating room with dealers. The Land Rover Range Rover makes the list as well. The Autobiography Edition, Dad, is the one here where you're really not going to get yourself much of a deal. That is the top trim level, and it is incredibly sought after. High demand, low supply, insanely high price point too, not much leverage.
Well, and it seems as if most of the Land Rovers that are on this list have been on a list similar to this for years now.
The Sport also makes it onto this as well, both the Autobiography and First Edition trims. And it's really just demonstrating, Dad, the haves and have-nots. A lot of these vehicles, obviously all 3 from Land Rover, are insanely expensive vehicles, and they're commanding their premium price right now. Cadillac makes it onto this list, Dad, with the Cadillac Escalade V. The V trim of the Escalade starts at $162,000. However, getting discounts off of MSRP are proving to be very difficult because there's such limited supply and high demand from well-heeled buyers. Is this that surprising after we just went through the Land Rover list? I can't think it is.
I don't think it's surprising at all when you have a limited edition, basically, vehicle, high performance that is sought after. People are willing to pay for it. People overpay for certain Porsches and have for years. This is just an example that you can still do it with just about any brand.
Dealers were doing this with Porsche 911s for years, and now we're simply seeing that you can also do it with specialty SUVs as well. Speaking of specialty vehicles, Ford makes the list as well, Pops, with the Ford Raptor and the Raptor R. The Raptor is insanely difficult to negotiate. The market has cooled for Raptors and Raptor Rs significantly. I mean, there was a period of time where all new Ford Raptors, and especially the Raptor Rs, were selling $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 over MSRP. The market has cooled back down to around MSRP, but it's still one of the very challenging vehicles to negotiate in today's market, again, because it's specialty, high demand, low supply.
And that's done intentionally by the manufacturer, that they're going to create a vehicle that's sought after, but they're never going to produce it in quantities that would allow it to be discounted.
Now, as a friendly reminder, you should never pay over MSRP for a new vehicle. And even the vehicles we listed out in this video are vehicles that you can get at MSRP, no dealer add-ons, things like that. Will it take a lot of work, a lot of due diligence? Absolutely. However, that's why we interviewed our concierges back at CarEdge so that we could get the input from them. Which vehicles are hard to get at or below MSRP? You still can get at or below MSRP. Just don't expect to get a big amount off, and obviously don't settle for something over MSRP, even on those specialty vehicles.
There's no need to necessarily pay over, but you might have to be prepared to pay MSRP.